Hello everyone, assalamualaikum and happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday again, and I'm going to give you this recording video on APA format. It's about in-text citation. So first of all, this is a seventh edition of in-text citation. What is an in-text citation, everyone? So first of all, in-text citation is actually refers to writing techniques, okay, used by author of a research paper. So most of the time, we will be referring to articles, journals, and papers, right, that are written by someone else. In order to avoid plagiarism, so we have to make it clear that these ideas, okay, that we are using do not come from us. Okay, they are not ours. So every time you refer to someone else's works or ideas, you must acknowledge the writer by using in-text citation. Right, so we have four techniques that we can use. So the first one is quoting, paraphrasing, summarizing, and synthesizing. All right. So next, before we begin, all right, with the in-text citation, so we need to spend a lot of time reading materials, right? So once we have spent time evaluating our materials, we need to select which one we want to use in our essay. And then the next big step is to quote, paraphrase, and summarize our articles or materials, right? So the inclusion of in-text citations and a reference list, all right, is very important in tertiary academic writing, especially in our analytical writing, all right? Okay, so next will be the writing techniques. We have direct, indirect, short quotation, long quotation, paraphrasing, summarizing, and synthesizing. So let's take a look at the first one, which is quotation. So, quotation is actually a group of words taken exactly from a text, okay, taken exactly from a text or speech and repeated by someone other than the original author or speaker. So, we might be asking ourselves when to quote. So, when the words written by the writer are important. So, we can't paraphrase them, we need to quote them, all right, by not changing anything. Okay, we have two types of quotation. We have short quotation and long quotation, or we call it block quotation. Okay, how? So the first one is short quotation. So normally short quotation would be less than 30 words, all right? So for example, according to Jones 1998, students often had difficulty using APA style, especially when it was their first time. So P199 or page 199. All right. So this is the short quotation. All right. So we need to quote. So we take everything that Jones said and then we put in a inverted comma. All right. With the page there. So we call it short quotation, and it must include page number. All right, for long or block quotation, so it's like a block. We take everything, like the whole thing, the whole block, okay, we put it inside our essay. So how to do that? So Jones 1998 study found the following, and then the whole thing, the whole block, the whole sentence, all right, and then page 199. All right, so that's the difference between short quotation and long quotation or block quotation. All right. Next is paraphrasing. Okay. So this is a very common in-text citation that we use. Normally, we reword or something written, reword something that is written or spoken by someone else. So we use our own word. When to paraphrase, all right? When we need to repeat what the writer has written in detail to support our theory or our argument, like what we are doing in analytical writing. So we paraphrase, isn't it? Okay. And it is imperative that we use only our own words when paraphrasing. All right. So we need to read and understand the materials first before we can paraphrase, isn't it? So obviously we need to read and understand, and then we use our own words to paraphrase. All right. So the original source and the new paraphrase text must have about 70% differences. All right. If they are all the same, then we might be called plagiarism work. All right. Okay, so paraphrasing, normally we change the words, we use the synonym, all right, and then grammatical structure, sequence of information, and then style. And remember not to change the meaning of the original source, and that all important information needs to be in the new text, all right? Okay, so we need to read and understand and state the main points of the source by note taking. Put away the original source because we already understand it, right? Based on your notes, write out using your own words, combined the points into a smooth text. Compare it to the original text and make necessary changes if needed. All right, first of all, you need to read and understand. Then you can paraphrase. If you copy and paste, it's not paraphrasing, it's plagiarizing. All right. Okay. For example, original text. According to Jones, 1998, students often had difficulty using APA style, especially when it was their first time. So, how do we paraphrase? For new learners, okay, students, new learners, APA style can be considered as challenging, difficulty, had difficulty, difficult, challenging citation. See, we change a bit, make it simpler, but understandable. All right. Okay, this is paraphrasing. Okay, so here are some examples. The economy is travail because of the bank's poor judgment. So passive voice, right? So we can change to the active voice. The bank's bad decision have caused the economy to crumble. All right. So there are many types of paraphrasing that you can use. All right. And to be honest, when I paraphrase, I normally read and understand, and I just use my own word back in order to write them back. All right. So that is actually the simplest and the easiest way to paraphrase. Okay, everyone. Okay, and then next we have summarizing. So summarizing, well, obviously, I think this one is very famous word, for students, which is summarize. So we make a summary. It's actually a brief statement of the main points of something. All right. It does not include examples, elaboration, and an explanation. So when to summarize, when you need only to show the main points. All right. We need to sum up the main point only. Okay, and represent the gist of the author's work. No other details needed, everyone. Summary. Okay, just a simple one, brief one. All right. Just like paraphrasing, summarizing requires you to use your own words. All right. Okay. Yep. It's simpler, shorter, and easy to understand. All right. Okay. So this is summarizing. Okay. Yep. So you can take a look at this example here. So I'm going to share with you this slide, the whole slides. All right. So you can try to look at it to refer to in order for you to complete your write-up for your analytical writing. Okay, so summarizing rules include only important information, combine ideas when writing a summary, what not to contain. Okay, your opinion. Well, we are not giving our opinion, we're just summarizing someone else's opinion, all right? Okay, so the next one we have synthesizing. Okay, this one is a bit, not to say complicated, but a bit challenging. A combination of statements by two or more authors, okay, especially to show similar or contrasting ideas. Okay, for example, we have positive plus positive or positive plus negative. So when to synthesize, where you need to show more than one opinion or stand regarding a certain issue. So we might be using quoting, paraphrasing, or summarizing techniques. Okay, when we synthesize. Okay, let's look at synthesizing. Um, Okay, we include positive plus negative. So the effects of playing computer games on physical health are controversial. Although Brown 2000 states that computer games can cause physical problems such as bad posture and pain in the hands, right? Although Brown said this, Smith 2003 argues that these problems are caused by the hardware, not the game. All right. In my opinion, the games cause physical health problems because they encourage long periods of computer use on harmful hardware. All right. So this is synthesizing. So synthesizing requires more work. All right, where you include both opinions and you add your opinion together. Okay, you synthesize both opinions by coming out with your own opinion. Right. Okay, so positive and positive. So many governments promote English language learning for education and business, even with its high cost. Both Smith and Johnson's 23 and Chan 2003 agree that many are overestimating the importance of English as a factor in the economic success of a country. Both authors further elaborate the problems with the government's position. In my opinion, further research into this issue is necessary. So this one is when we include or we add two in-text citation, okay, which have the same views and opinions. All right. Okay. So how do you cite a source? I'm so sorry. How do you cite a source within a source? Oh, okay. For sources that you have not actually seen but which are referred to in another work. Okay, for example, secondary source, the source that we have read in the reference list. Meanwhile, in the in-text citation, name the original work and give a citation for the secondary source. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. It's a bit confusing, right? Okay, in-text citation, Bennett, as cited in Rudman 1999, defined, okay, in reference list, Rudman R 1999, Human Resources Management in New Zealand, third edition. Okay, so this one, um, is when we cite a source within a source. Okay, yes, Bennett defined, but cited by Redman. So we need to cite, the reference list. In the reference list, we need to cite Redman. Okay, we need to give credit to Redman. Okay, even though Bennett defined, all right, but Bennett actually took from Redman's work. All right. Okay. So, next one. How do you cite website material that has no author, no year, and no page numbers? All right. So, website material. Okay, no author, no year, and no page number. So, how do we cite them? Okay, first of all, look at the example there, down there. Reference. Okay, in text citation first. Okay, so heuristic, no date. Okay, and then paragraph one. So reference list, heuristic, no date. In Merriam-Webster's online dictionary, 11th edition, retrieved from which website? Okay, so this is an example of if you have the website that has no author, no year, and no page number, you can still use it. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I think that's all for today. Okay. A very, very short one for this in-text citation. So I think if you have problems with your analytical writing write-up, you can actually come to me anytime. Please ask me questions and don't just keep silent. All right. If you just keep silent, I don't know whether you guys are okay or not. Please talk to me, everyone. Okay. Please, 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 I beg you. All right. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening and paying attention. So I hope that these slides will be helpful for you in order for you to do the in-text citation in your analytical writing. And I'll be here, all right, to guide you. So please come to me if you have any questions. All right. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone. And happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, and happy Thursday. And yeah, because I have classes every day with you, yeah. So I need to be very general. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum.